Good day, everyone. So let us start our discussion. So our topic for today is all about Western classical art, but this time we will be focusing on sculpture. Sculpture from the early age. So prehistoric sculptures. Materials used in sculptures vary according to region and locality. Archaeologists believe that their sculpture is a result of natural erosion and not of human artistry. Frequently, carving may have mythological or religious significance. So this is a prehistoric sculpture. So this one is the Venus of Willendorf. So Venus of Willendorf is curved from limestone with excessive heavy breast and abdomen used as charm to ensure fertility. So technically, ginagamit daw itong si Venus of Willendorf para sa charm sa pag-ensure ng fertility para mabuntis yung mga babae. Then for the second one, we have your Venus of Brasempoy. So si Venus of Brasempoy, ito siya, ito yung itsura niya. So parang ganito yung naging animated picture nila nung sinubukan nilang gawing tao yung figure. So ito siya. So yung mga parang guhit-guhit dyan, so net daw siya na nasa buhok ng mismong tao. So Venus of Brasimpoy, 25,000 years old, a sculpture of a lady with a hood. It is a fragmentary ivory figurine from the Upper Paleolithic era that realistically represents the human face and hairstyle. Okay, now let us move on to the sculptures from the Egyptian era. Symbolic elements such as forms, hieroglyphics, relative size, location, materials, color, actions, and gestures were widely used. Their tombs required the most extensive use of sculpture. The most common material used for sculptures are wood, ivory, and stones. So this is Queen Nefertiti. Asawa siya ng isang pharaoh. But then, ngayon, nagkakaroon ng debate kung talaga bang nung namatay yung asawa niya, kung nagsimula rin ba siyang maging pharaoh. So, kung inako ba niya yung responsibilidad ng asawa niya nung namatay yung asawa niya. So, until now, naging debate siya. So, Queen Nefertiti, realistic with heavy lidded eyes, slender neck, determined chin, and pure profile under a heavy crown. Queen refers to the great wife of the Egyptian pharaoh. The pharaoh Menkaure and his queen stone. An example of portraits presented in rigid posture and were simple and powerful, very little show of private emotion. So, unlike ng mga ibang sculpture na nakikita natin, itong sculpture na to, since sa stone siya, yung emotion na meron na present dito sa sculpture ay napaka-limited lang. So, para silang sobrang seryoso, parang napaka-private, hindi mo makikita yung emotions nila, masaya ba sila, malungkot sila, wala. So, napaka-plain lang yan. Okay, now let us move on to the sculptures from the classical period. Greek sculptures. Early Greek sculptures were tense and stiff. Their bodies were hidden within enfolding robes. After 3 centuries of experiments, Greek sculptures have finally evolved and show all the points of human anatomy and proportion. Hellenistic style manifests a preference in sculpture for more elaborate patterns, mannered arrangement of figures and groups, and an emphasis on the representation of the movement for dramatic effect. So makikita nyo kung ano yung sinasabi dito sa emphasis on the representation of movement for dramatic effect. Okay, so this is Myron the Discobolus. Shows an attitude of maximum tension as if he will explode into an action. Full of compressed energy and like about to explode to an action. Ayan, yung hawak-hawak yung disc as if napaka-realistic niya na anytime pwede niyang ibato yung disc. So, yun yung sinasabi kanina sa description niya na it represents or emphasis on the representation of movement for dramatic effect. So, as if nakita natin na gagalaw at gagalaw yung sculpture na ginawa. Now, let us move on to the Roman sculpture. Made of monumental terracotta, they produced relief in the great Roman triumphal columns with continuous relief around them. So, this one is a sarcophagus. So, pakitignan mabuti yung mga detalye. Yan. So, very detailed siya. Kung mapapansin nyo. So, titignan natin kung ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng sarcophagus na to. The pertinacious sarcophagus, used for burial of Roman general involved in the campaign of Marcus Aurelius. So, pag sinabi daw nating sarcophagus, best known and most elaborate of all sarcophagus, it is a box-like funeral receptacle for a dead body. Ibig sabihin, libingan siya. Libingan siya. Comes from the Greek word sarx, meaning flesh, and phagen, meaning to eat. Depicts battle scenes between Romans and Germans carved in marble. So, to honor yung general na namatay. Yan, ginawa nila yan. So, tignan nyo kung gaano kadaming work pinut nila para sa libingan. So, ganyan silang mag-honor ng tao. This one, yan. Ito yung front view niya. Seen daw from the war. Diba? Now, let us move on to the sarcophagus from Severtiri. Mukha ba siyang sarcophagus? Kasi yung definition niya para daw nakaupo na komportable yung mag-asawa sa kanilang higaan, sa kanilang upuan. So, sarcophagus from Severtiri made of terracotta, a husband and wife are shown reclining comfortably as if they were in a couch. Para lang sila nakaupo. Pero kung tutuusin, isa talaga siyang libingan. Next, now let us move on to Byzantine sculpture. Byzantine sculptures, religious everyday life scenes and motifs from nature. Animals were used as symbols, while some had acrostic signs that contained a great theological significance. So this one is the Barberini. It is an early example of Byzantine ivory work. It represents the emperor as the triumphant victor. Next, Romanesque sculptures. Some of the famous sculptural pieces are reliquaries, altar frontals, crucifixes, and devotional images. So dito sa Romanesque period, yung influence ng Roman Catholic Church, nandun na naman, present na naman siya. Okay, so this one is the Last Judgment. So look at the details, no? The Last Judgment we're looking, that you were looking here is located in at the tympanum, a semicircular space above the main entrance of the church. As a result, everyone would see it whenever they came to church service. So, ito siya. Paano daw yung naging position niya? Ito yung sinasabing pinaglalagyan. Ayun, ito. Ito yung part na to. Ayan yun. Para daw lahat ng pumapasok sa simbahan, nakikita siya. Okay, so sa The Last Judgment, Giselbertus, detail of angels helping souls ascend. Kasi dito, sa The Last Judgment, ayan, balikan natin ito. Itong part na to, dito yung may mga angels. May mga angels daw dito na tinutulungan yung mga tao na makaakyat sa langit. So this one is Jesus Christ. Itong part na to, dito yung mga tao at angels na tinutulungan ng mga angels yung kaluluwa ng mga tao na mga akyat sa langit. While itong nasa ilalim, ito yung mga tao. Ayan, mga tao yan. So, ayan siya. The Last Judgment. Then, yung isang part naman, Ang kabilang part, the Last Judgment, detail of demons torturing the damned and cheating. So lahat daw ng mga makakasalanang tao sa lupa, yung mga demons, dito tinotorture sa kabilang part na to. So ayun siya. So sa ang part siya makikita yung merong mga demons. So let's go back. Ito sa part na to. Yan, nandito yung mga demons. Not nagtutorture doon sa mga naman loloko, mga masasamang klaseng tao. Now let us move on to Gothic sculptures. Had great freedom of style. Figures were given their own particular attitudes instead of being set into particular patterns and were more lively and realistic. Okay, so Resurrection of the Virgin. So this image portrays ng pagkamatay ni Virgin Mary. So ito siya. Yan, may mga apostoles din siya dyan sa likod. Okay, so I think that sums up our lesson for today. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me. If you have corrections with my lesson, same, feel free to message me. So that's it. See you in my next video. Bye.